You there! This is Dave and Jason
Hey!
from DC On Screen. It's that time again. We need help from you to grow our show. But keep listening because there's something in it for you. Give us a 5-star written review on iTunes for a chance to win a free DC trade paperback, DVD, or Blu Ray valued at $15 or less. 1 in 10 will win. The winner will be randomly selected with a number generator on random.org and announced on one of our news episodes. It's pretty simple, really.
Free stuff!
Hooray! Anyway, yeah, seriously, do that. It helps us a lot. It's, like, so good. Anyway, sit back. Enjoy this brand new episode of DC On Screen. Welcome into DC On Screen episode 227. I am your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hey!
Today we are going to get super spoilery on Lucifer 2x04, Lady Parts. To recap, it's girls' night out after Maze convinces Chloe to come out for drinks. Of course, Ella and Linda show up. Chloe gets uncharacteristically wasted, but is still focused on the deaths of 2 girls. Lucifer, Dan, and Amenadiel also investigate the deaths at sex parties, and Amenadiel gets wasted. We also learn that Lucifer promised to send Mom back to hell for Chloe's life, and since Lucifer hasn't made good on his part of the bargain, Chloe's life may be forfeit. Also, Chloe agreed to be Maze's roommate when she was drunk. That's really all I could remember that actually happened.
No, you got it. You got all of it. And I suspected you made a few things up.
Well, there was the bet between Lucifer and Maze, and Chloe was all annoyed by it. She was hurt, you know. She thought they were becoming friends.
Sure.
Aw.
But roomies anyway.
How much did you hate that damn it Leroy thing right up front? The triple damn it Leroy.
Yeah, that was just weird.
Wasn't it?
That was just weird.
I was like,
it felt strange and forced.
Leroy.
I thought, is this how we're rolling this episode, huh? Okay. You could have used any dialogue you wanted at all in the world to use that premise of 2 dudes walking through the forest find a body. You could have any conversation you could possibly imagine. And you went with 3 damn it Leroys. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. As bad as that was, the best part about this episode was decent dialogue every now and then. Children, factories of filth and mire.
Yeah.
And then she, talking about the humans, says, and they won't shut up about something called gluten.
That was fun.
That was good. Him calling cats foul, incontinent creatures. The way Amenadiel simply remarks, cosmos are yummy, made me laugh.
That was delightful. That was funny, the way he said that. Absolutely.
During the bar fight, Maze shrieking out, no one calls my skank a skank. Yes, that's drunken bar talk right there.
It sure is. So much so that I went, nah.
Right. I did like her line, I don't do apologies, but I don't want to kill you anymore. Yeah,
that was okay. That was pretty good.
And then I'm out. I think I'm done. I think I'm out of the good lines. That's like all of my notes on the episode right there.
I enjoyed their little origin stories, talking about where they came from, and then it gets to Maze, and she's like, I was forged in the bowels of hell to punish the guilty. That was funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Only you would make a point of remembering the exact time you couldn't remember. That was funny.
Yep, that was pretty good. And past that, though, the only thing that actually happened in this episode, and I literally have, all right, we've mentioned before, we have notes for the shows. All mine are analog. I use a pen and paper and bad handwriting and sort through the whole thing. And
that's what I do.
I only was able to come up with, I just wrote down funny lines out of the episode. That was it. And that only took up half a page, so I filled the rest of the page with giant lettering that says, this episode accomplished nothing. All it managed to do was the last thing you said. What if Dad decides to take back his side of the deal? That's it. Chloe's no longer safe. Well, great.
Yeah. And, if you guys feel like we have fallen into a rut, Jason and I have fallen into a rut of trashing the show, just remember that the writers of Lucifer have fallen into a rut of Lucifer speaks, Chloe rolls her eyes. Lucifer speaks, Chloe rolls her eyes. That's pretty much the entire freaking show at this point.
Short of whatever we're dealing with that week, yeah.
The Amenadiel impotency jokes. Oh my God! Can we not?
Little too obvious.
Oh man, it's just bad. It's so bad all the time. Most of the time.
We've
they're funny lines,
though. I mean, aside from the show being that's its best quality, is that the characters are charming, largely. But to make it a real show, we either needed to serialize it, which then we're just, at that point, man, we're just hoping for a different show, and that's probably on us, that we're hoping for a serialized show that's never going to be serialized. Like, that's probably just us being assholes. But they could also really improve it by making the actual detective work more, I don't know, engaging. It's very much cookie cutter kind of Law and Order stuff happening so far. I don't remember any one episode where at the end when they discovered who it was, I went, oh my.
I always know who it is.
It's all very straightforward. They're not really breaking any new ground there. And if they kind of up their ante on the actual detective stories they were trying to tell, I think I would be enjoying the show a lot more. I can forgive it for not being,
do away with the detective aspect altogether. That's what I could do.
That's what I'm saying. If we're not gonna, it's never gonna be the show that we hoped it would be. So since it's not, I just hope it would get better at what it's trying to do.
Yeah. I swear, like, some of these lines, they just didn't know what to say. Like, there's a point where Lucifer goes, well, talk about a girl's night gone wrong. I'm like, that's not even a thing that anyone would say, ever.
No one's ever talked about a girl's night gone wrong.
Who spoke about it in the episode, even?
Yeah.
And I hate that Maze just shows up to talk to Charlotte. Their conversation is pretty much just expositional and boring. Like, there were a couple of cute lines about gluten and whatnot, like you mentioned, but and the whole time I'm sitting there going, why is she walking the long way around all of those lawn chairs to pick up the towels on the backs of the lawn chairs? Why isn't she just walking a straight line and picking up those towels?
I don't know. I just don't.
I didn't understand the blocking of that.
She's doing really well in those hills. To my understanding, hills take a little bit of time to learn. That's how it's, because I've asked a few times, like, all right, how do you walk around on those all day? Just ask a couple of the women in my life, and they said it took practice. You don't just hop up on those things and start running around. It's never gonna happen.
Well, I mean, this is a universe where you have the millennia-old Lucifer not suddenly realizing in this episode that, when you're troubled about something, you can distract yourself. I swear they're making Lucifer dumber.
I'm having emotions. I'm going to download a new app. That'll solve it.
Why has no one ever thought of this before? I'll distract myself. Oh my gosh.
As though you don't run a freaking nightclub.
It's nothing but distraction.
I'll tell you what. Here's how I'd like him to distract himself. Go do more Dylan covers.
There we go. Let's do that.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Robert Picardo as Yuri. He's always fun.
Yeah.
He's a very good character actor. A lot of people will remember him as the Doctor on Voyager, the one gleaming bright spot of that entire tepid series.
Mm-hmm.
He's always fun.
I think I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually put it in. Last week we got done, and I realized that we work harder trying to figure out things to say about this show than I think they do to write it some weeks.
Mm-hmm. I do feel that way. I feel that might be true.
I was trying to look at the end to make sure that, sure enough, she does get hit by a car. But yeah, sure enough, she gets hit by a car.
Yeah, I'm assuming she's not dead.
No, because she's standing in the trailer for the next week. Oh, Michael Imperioli's going to be here.
Who's that again?
It's Christopher from Sopranos. He's done many other things since. I think he tried to sell me tequila one time. Or whiskey. I can't remember which brand it was he was pimping.
That's funny.
But he was great in Sopranos.
I've heard that name recently. He was on another show that we do.
Well, we covered it over the summer that he was going to be showing up as part of Lucifer, and I kept saying, "Ooh, maybe there's hope. That'd be good." I don't remember if he showed up somewhere else though. Sorry if he did. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing him anywhere, so that was probably what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I got. Let's pull the ripcord on Lucifer.
Alrighty. Well, guys, thanks for listening to DC On Screen. You can find every episode at DCOnScreen.com. You can find us on iTunes and Stitcher. Please go and rate us and review us and subscribe to us over there. I think that's the most negative review we'll have this week.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, come on, let's go. We're talking about Supergirl next, and I want to talk about Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. We're proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network, GiantSizeTeamUp.com. Go and check out the other awesome shows on the network. We'll be right back with a review of Supergirl 202, The Last Children of Krypton. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.